I really just going to have a very brief chat about Glasgow, but I think everything you need to know about how to apply to do medicine has been covered, and I really do think that the most important thing about choosing a medical school is finding a place you think you can spend 5 or 6 years. So visit the schools, you'll get a vibe to see if you think it's the right place. So what I'm going to briefly talk about is why Glasgow. One of my roles as I'm an endocrinologist, I'm a physician to trade, and I'm the head of the admissions team, but we also have a Scottish admissions group, so the national picture is quite revealing, and hopefully you'll find it quite reassuring. And then we'll go through some of our local data, and then I'll talk to you about Gateway. Gateway is a programme that other universities also run, but it's a widening access programme. So why Glasgow? Well, essentially, you end up with the same degree. So Glasgow's, from a student's perspective, I think, is certainly for the first 3 years, you're campus-based. So the University Medical School is on University Avenue, so you're smack bang in the middle of the West End. The new building across the road is where the lectures are. There's a 500-seated lecture theatre, so you're basically in with the rest of the university. So it's quite a vibrant place to be. Like many of the medical schools, you get clinical exposure from your first term. So you're involved in vocational studies and general practice, and you also get hospital visits from the first term. There's a few nice wee features of student-selected components. So you get 4 or 5 5-week blocks where you choose a topic. You either choose one that's already organised for you, or you can choose one, you can design one yourself. And these range basically anything in the university. You can have 5 weeks of doing medical Spanish. So there's a whole pile of components that you can add into the course to make it suit you, I guess. So there's COMET, which is a community-based medical degree. Well, it's the same degree, but from third year you do more. If you think, I want to be a general practitioner, I know I want to be a general practitioner, then there's one of the streams of education is much more primary care-based. Prep for practice, like many of the other universities, you spend 4 or 5 weeks just before you start work, shadowing the FY1 teams, learning about that. You can do your intercalated BSc in third year. So if you want to spend 6 years at university and do a BSc, then you can do a BSc after third year. If you'd rather just spend 5 years, then that option's there for you as well. One of the most important aspects of this is training good doctors, but you have to be able to look after yourself, and you have to have other interests in life to keep you kind of hale and hearty. So the university medical school policy for Wednesday afternoons is the university sports afternoon for the whole of the UK, and no subjects are taught on a Wednesday afternoon. So very, very important if you're a representative athlete, or if somebody likes playing badminton with their pals, you will always have Wednesday afternoon held for sport and recreation, and I think that's really, really important. The final phase is a 2.5-year clinical phase, so that's based in hospitals all around the west of Scotland. And I suppose, come and look at Glasgow. I think it's a vibrant city. Come and look at the West End. Come and look at Dundee. You're already in Edinburgh. So I think the really important part is go to the place you want to go and understand what the place you're going to study in looks like. Now, so I'll give you a national overview, which hopefully will reassure you. This is somebody trying to work out the calculus about which university to apply for. But Scottish University post-COVID funds over 1,300 places for medical students in Scotland. 80% of those are nominally for home students. So over 1,000 funded places in Scotland for home being Scottish, not home being staying at home. Last year, the A100 applicants, I looked at UCAS before doing this, there was 1,250 unique A100 applicants across Scotland. That means there's 1,250 people in Scotland who have applied to do medicine. So you can see already that there are more than enough medical school places in Scotland. And these are 1,250 people who have applied. If you look at the applications, some of them don't actually meet the minimum requirements for any of the medical schools. So last year, we got 930 applicants. We interviewed 623 applicants, and of those 623, we offered 451 places, which was to fill our home 280 places we have for home students. So the admissions criteria are more or less the same. In fact, they are the same as all the other medical schools. So it's 4 A's and a B. The key thing is that it's at first sitting and a single attempt. And that is absolutely, there's no leeway on that. So we've had people in the past that have done a higher in fourth year, and then all the medical schools expect this, and I've done this because the admin team told me, please remind everybody, because the number of questions we get about this. Personal statements, again, like the other universities, there's no personal statements, particularly now, there's nothing to. They're very, very useful for you to collect your thoughts and organise all the different qualities you have and things you will bring to medicine. And they're phenomenally important if you come to interview. Not that we mark them in any way whatsoever, but if you read your personal statement, it's a great place to be if you're about to be interviewed. But we do not mark them. As long as it's clear that you want to apply for medicine in your personal statement, that's it. UCAT is changing this year, but we use UCAT to rank the applicants. Okay, we've looked at the R value for UCAT and your final scores, and it's of very limited value, but it's quite a useful tool to rank the number of applicants we have. And we offer our conditions are 2Bs at advanced higher if you do get an offer. So we have an adjusted entry. I think the Scottish Government, and actually I think society needs to, we need the people that are looking after you, the medical staff, need to represent the society that they're looking after. So we have an adjusted entry programme in Glasgow, much like all the other universities. We look at your decile, so you can work out your postcode decile, look at going onto the SMD website. So we will adjust offers for people from the lower 2 quintiles, people who are care experienced, asylum seekers. So there's a list of things, or people from the Western Isles. The Western Isles, because actually your ability to study quite a lot of the subjects is very restricted, as opposed to having some sort of particular entry requirement for people from the Western Isles. And the adjusted entry, if you fulfil those criteria, is, again, a reduction in the academic grades. So 3 A's and 2 B's, or 4 A's and a C. We also give an uplift to UCAT of between 10 and 20%, depending on which one of the criteria that you met. And the conditional offer, if you have an adjusted entrant, is a B and a C at advanced higher. So there's slight changes to reflect the life opportunities you would have had if you were one of the adjusted entry candidates. So we've interviewed for many, many, many years, and it's online. The interviews are online post-COVID, but they're online as well because it reflects the university's sustainability policies. We've got a global climate crisis, and bringing almost 1,000 or over 1,000 people now to Glasgow to interview them is not justifiable from a climate perspective. It also reduces our equity and our Q1 candidates, because actually coming to Glasgow in itself is quite expensive. So needing accommodation is quite expensive. So we do all the interviews on Zoom. There's 2 interviewers. The interviewers are trained in the interview itself, and they've all got their equality qualifications. It's a structured interview, and what that means is there's specific questions which are asked, and every candidate gets asked the same questions. The questions change year on year, but the idea is that the only change in the interview is the candidate and not the questions asked. And that style of interview has been shown to be as fair as you can make an interview. So it tries to reduce any bias. The other way of reducing bias is the interviewers know nothing about the candidates. So it's a complete clean slate. And like any other assessment, we're looking for people. There's an ethical part to the interview. There's questions regarding teamworking and communication, on self-improvement and challenges that you've faced. And there's questions about trying to explore your genuine insight into medicine. And the score at the interview is what determines your offer. Once we've gone through the selection process to interview, you start off with, everybody starts off with 0. So your performance at interview is what determines your likelihood of having an offer. And I dug out some of the results from 2 years ago, so I haven't quite processed the ones from this year. These are the Scottish school applicants. So there's also lots of postgraduate applicants. So the school applicants, you can see the majority come from quintile 5, which will make up the majority of this room, I'm sure. But you can see that about 80% of people that apply from each quintile will end up with an interview, and about 80% of the people that are interviewed will end up with an offer. So and that's a consistency across every year. So if you apply and if you get an interview, you've got an extremely good chance of getting an offer. So Gateway is a specific programme looking to widening access to medicine and to a tertiary education for people who would traditionally not have managed to come to university. So it looks purely at people from SMDQ1, which is the lowest 20% of postcodes, or pupils who are REACH eligible and who are a carer or are cared for or from the island cluster. And the entry into the Gateway programme is 2As and 2Bs in a single year and passing all your subjects in 6th year. And what the Gateway programme is, it's a 1-year biochemical bioscience course. And if you score a B grade average in that 1 year, you're automatically given a place in 1st year of medicine the following year. There's no more interviewing, no more assessments. If you don't achieve a B grade, then you will get a life science entry into a 2nd year of a life science. So it's taking people that would never have normally have gone to university, who've had challenges in their education, and giving them a 1-year course. To get a B grade average, you have to excel. So you have to be academically very competent to get that. So I've got a few of the questions the admin team, the admissions team highlighted to remember to tell you. So 6 hires is no better than 5 hires. So 5 hires is what we're assessing. So by all means do 6 hires, but you can reflect on that. Face-to-face medical work experience is not required in any medical school in Scotland. It's recognised as a relatively, it reflects your postcode. So it's very difficult for some people to get face-to-face medical experience, and very easy if your dad's pal plays golf and is a doctor. So what we are looking for is evidence of people volunteering in the health sector, or I'm sure if people were doing assessments, one of the really, really strong things is people have got Saturday jobs, because they are good communicators, they're good at working in teams, they've faced challenges, they've got to balance lots of stuff. It's quite interesting kind of when it comes to an interview. McDonald's seems to be a place where you learn lots and lots of challenging experiences. So just to remind you, 4 A's and a B at a single sitting. That's the key thing. You can do a crash hire, a mandatory crash hire in 6th year, but you have to have already had the grades in 5th year. So I think that's the questions the admin team get asked most often. So that is also me. So thank you very much for listening.